We were preparing an election as if we were going to a war somewhere in Baghdad.
George Natembeya did not call a press briefing on 28th of November 2025 to congratulate anyone. He came to redraw Kenya's political map. His tone was blunt, his message was defiant, and his warning was clear. As cameras rolled, Natembeya tore apart the assumption that power belongs to those with money, machinery, and presidential handlers. He claimed that the just concluded by-elections had revealed a government in panic and an opposition ready for war. And then came the part no one expected. Kabuchai has changed everything.
There was all that drama here in Western. Yes, 2027 will come, but let them be informed that Kenya is not Tanzania.
Natembeya stood before the nation and declared,
just three of us, Honorable Malala, myself and the Honorable Senator here, we've given a government the run of its money. So come 2027, I'm telling you, Western is not going to be available for this kind of games. You're not going to be available, and I still urge our people that we love them, and personally I'm encouraged. And 2027, actually, we're going to take this government a lesson that they'll never forget.
No theatrics, no apology. He accused the ruling side of deploying resources like a regime afraid of losing control, helicopters cycling campaign zones, cabinet secretaries abandoning desks, and presidential allies pitching tents for weeks. Yet, even with all that, the opposition punched through. His promise was chilling. 2027 will even be tougher.
Government machinery, from security deployments to state operatives, was used in ways that clearly sought to influence the outcome rather than protect the voters. Most alarming was the scale of voter bribery, conducted openly and with impunity. Money flowed freely in an attempt to substitute the people's will with financial coercion. These practices do not reflect a confident government. They reflect a system afraid of the genuine democratic choice of the citizens of Malava. If the government must deploy such overwhelming force and financial inducements to influence a single by-election in Western, what does that mean for the credibility of future national elections? We also want to consult with the candidate with a view of perspective.
This was not a speech. It was a notice of engagement. Malava was not supposed to be close. UDA's camp thought it had it locked. Then Seth Panyako arrived without money, without machinery, without handlers, yet nearly overturned the ruling party's fortress.
Edgar Busiega Mwanga has garnered 209 votes. Benjamin Nalwa has garnered 215 votes. David Athman Ndakwa has garnered 21,564 votes. George Ngaira Oyugi has garnered 148 votes. Seth Ambusini Panyako has gathered 20,210 votes. Wilberforce Indai Tuvei has garnered 626 votes. I now declare Mr. David Athman Ndakwa as officially has been elected the official MP of Malava constituency.
Natembeya framed these not as a loss, but as a statistical embarrassment for the state. Opposition leaders interpreted Malava as proof that the government can only win by suffocation, not persuasion.
It was a criminal activity. Yeah, right from campaigning, where goons were deployed. Some of us, our security was removed. I'm sure you also witnessed voters being bribed while they were queuing. The heavy deployment of security officers in uniform, and the announcement actually by the CS for Interior that there were many more in civilian clothes. We were preparing an election as if we were going to a war somewhere in Baghdad.
In Mbeere North, the government deployed Deputy President Kithure Kindiki for 2 straight weeks. His absence in national duties raised eyebrows. When the results narrowly favored UDA's candidate, critics argued the win cost more reputation than it earned. Low turnout, alleged handouts, and the IEBC's budget issues cast a shadow that Natembeya seized. This was not a strong government, it was a cornered one. Natembeya did not come to celebrate numbers. He came to announce momentum. He presented the opposition as outnumbered but not outperformed, unfunded but unbroken. Challenged but charging forward, his confidence was not based on Malava and Mbeere alone. It was building toward a constituency that has never been part of national doubt until now. Here is where the quick shock turned into national tremor. Kabuchai. For years, Kabuchai has been synonymous with Moses Wetang'ula's political certainty. Not anymore. The by-election result did not remove him as king of Western politics, but it challenged the inevitability of his crown. For the first time, the region's voters signaled the loyalty is no longer hereditary. The Wetang'ula's influence, once unquestioned, is now negotiated. Kabuchai did not end an era, but it opened the door to competition inside one.
Enda ambia Wetang'ula kwamba Natembeya amepigana na majangili Rift Valley. Amepigana na majangili Isiolo. Amepigana na watu ambao wanabeba bomu. Asiniletee watoto kuja kunipiga mimi na mipini. Mwambie ya blood factor. Ambia ya kumbavu. Sema Wetang'ula kumbavu. Mwambie ya shenzi. Mwambie awache ujinga. Awache ujinga.
Political analysts agree on one point. Kabuchai proves Western Kenya is no longer under single command politics. Natembeya's speech now makes sense. He was not addressing 2025, he was setting the chessboard for 2027. And in that game, Kabuchai is not just a constituency, it is a symbol of vulnerability. Wetang'ula still stands, but he stands differently now. Natembeya wants Kenyans to see what insiders have known for months. Opposition energy is consolidating, government victories are costing more than before, regional loyalties are no longer guaranteed. 2027 will not be business as usual.
Conducted openly and with impunity. Money flowed freely in an attempt to substitute the people's will with financial coercion. This practice do not reflect a confident government. They reflect a system afraid of the genuine democratic choice of the citizens of Malava. Despite the hostile environment, the people showed courage. They came out, stood firm, and their hope was greater than the machinery deployed against them. That spirit is the true victory of Malava.
Today's speech was not a rant, it was a roadmap delivered by a man who now sits closer to the center of the next political storm than anyone expected. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Reader Kering Chibet.